Hi, my name is Jason, and today I'm going to show you how I made this bed. And if you like DIY videos and home improvement videos, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. And without further ado, let's get into it. So I went to my local home improvement store and I found 3 of the straightest 2x12s I could find. I trimmed off the end since I had a little bit of damage to it. So I just ran a circular saw along the end using a straight edge to guide. So I'm making this bed frame for a king-size mattress, and the average dimensions are about 76 inches wide by 80 inches deep. And now I'm just adding pocket holes to the insides. When you're cutting for the front base, you want to make sure that you take account for the thickness of the wood. Each piece is about 1.5 inches thick, so you want to make sure you cut an extra 3 inches. So for my case, since the mattress was about 76 inches wide, I needed to cut it at 79 inches across. Now I'm just using this clamp to just hold it in place, then I'm just making sure that everything's square.
Like the cool blue light. Like the cool blue light. Like the cool blue light.
I wanted the 2x4 slats to sit flush with the top of the bed. So I took a little 2x4 piece to help me space it out. I just put it flush with the top and then I marked out the bottom so I can know where to put the supports. So I didn't want to screw them from the other side, so I just decided to go with a joist hanger. These things are pretty strong and they're used for structural support anyways. And this along with the side support should be more than enough. So I marked out the center by taking half of the overall distance, and then I just added the center support. I measured the inside of the bed frame, which should have been 76 inches, and then I added the slats. And now that the bed base is done, we can move on to the headboards.
Like the cool blue light.
To make it easier to cut, I just added a piece of foam on top of the table, and then I adjusted the saw so that it wouldn't cut all the way through.
Like the cool blue light.
So I didn't really want my headboard to sit flush on the wall, so I'm just cutting a little bit of wood strips so that I can have a little bit of space.
Like the cool blue light. Like the cool blue light.
I marked about 1 inch in, and then I started adding brad nails. At this point I realized that the brad nails I was using were actually a little bit too long and they were going all the way through. So I decided to switch over to a screw that was a little bit shorter. So here I'm just cutting out a channel for the plywood headboard to sit into. So I'm just making cuts down the strip of wood, and then I'm sliding the fence over 1/8 of an inch, since that's about the thickness of the saw blade. You can see here I tried to rush it a little bit and cut it a little bit bigger than 1/8 of an inch, so it left a sliver in there, and I just had to clean it up with a chisel.
Like the cool blue light.
I took the pieces over to the miter saw, and then I used a brad nail to nail it to the headboard.
Like the cool blue light.
Initially I had wanted to stain it gray, but it just wasn't coming together the way I wanted it to, so I actually decided to go over to a brown stain. And then after looking at the brown stain, I actually decided to completely change the design. I used the cover stain over top of it, and then I followed up with that with some white paint. After I had to actually scrap my old design, I actually decided to go with some strips of wood and add a sort of geometric design to the bed. I wanted to keep it fairly simple, so I only added 3 different patterns. So for the first angle, I just put a piece of wood down and angled it the way I wanted it to be. And for the second angle, I just used a regular piece of wood and just butted it up against the first so that it would be perpendicular to the first. Finally, I just added a 45-degree cut in the wood and just put it up against the last one. And for the border around the headboard, I just took a regular 2x4 and cut out a space for the headboard to sit into. Screwed the slats to the supports and then the headboard to the frame, and that was it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And I'll see you next time on Modern Ideations.